In El Paso and Ciudad Juarez, Catholic nuns are tending to the needs of migrants, running shelters, collecting donations, coordinating legal aid, even giving therapy. In Juarez, thousands of migrants are still waiting for hearings because of the Remain in Mexico policy. Once they make it across the border or out of detention, Border Patrol shuttles them to shelters like this one. It's called Casa Vides, and it's run by Sister Beatrice Donnellan, a Catholic nun from Ireland. In recent years, El Paso has gained a national reputation for being a welcoming, generous, bicultural city, as well as a hot spot in the humanitarian crisis along the U.S.-Mexico border. There are at least 26 communities of Catholic nuns in the city, and they, along with sisters from around the country and across the border, have led efforts to aid migrants in the area. Inside Casa Vides, a mural depicts the faces of people who have taken refuge there. Beatrice Donnellan, or Sister B, runs the shelter. Like many Catholic nuns in El Paso and Juarez, she spent decades working in Latin America, and she holds the U.S. foreign policy establishment responsible for much of the instability, poverty, and violence in Central America. When I visited, a pair of volunteers dropped off clothing, adding to the large stockpile in the basement. In the early afternoon, a Border Patrol van brought 6 young pregnant women to Casa Vides. They had just been released from detention, and the nuns at the shelter jumped into action. Sister B welcomed them and helped serve food as Sister Caroline Sweeney contacted their relatives in the U.S. Toys and children's clothes were reminders of the vulnerable population that Casa Vides serves, mostly pregnant women and children, many of whom have spent weeks in detention. The rooms are sparse but decorated with care, with drawings by Central American children who had witnessed violence in their homes, and with migration narratives. Once the refugees ate, showered, changed clothes, and booked tickets to join their relatives, a process that usually takes less than a day, they would head to the airport or the bus station, where they would say goodbye to the border and begin their journey into the country's interior, toward unfamiliar homes across the U.S. And the nuns would stay behind to continue their work as cooks, counselors, travel agents, translators, and gatekeepers. Hallelujah.